Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to join the 100.
So I was tired 3 hours ago and I literally just laid down in bed. It's 10:30-ish and I can't believe it's so hard to actually get to bed. There's always so many important things to do. So I've got yet another 7 hours sleep coming up. It's not ideal, but it seems to be manageable, let's just say. One cool thing is I went to a bike shop today and had a really great long conversation with a guy named Sid. He basically went through tons of stuff with me about fitting and seats and pedals and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really great, really educational. And this other guy there, Andres, gave me a really fantastic idea for what my first big race could be, which is a Grand Fondo in Sarnia, Ontario. That'll be my first one. That's August 6th, and I'm super, super excited to have found it. It's not going to be the end, though, because I want to do something perhaps even bigger in the fall. With this particular race, I believe I'm going to register for the 50-kilometer thing, which is, still kind of recreational level. And then I'd like to do something 100 kilometers in the fall. Some quick thoughts before I close my eyes and go to sleep.
Yesterday, one of the things I had done was to actually have measurements of my sit bones done to make sure that I had the right size seat. It turns out that this seat, which is from this bike, you can see it's missing at the top there, is the right size, whereas the previous seat that was on here, namely this thing, was too wide. There's the seat size, 157, and I actually needed 143, so narrower, which this old seat for the Specialized bike is, but this is like a 22-year-old seat and it's not really that good anymore, versus this one, which is also a 143, and on retrospect, works much better when I'm doing long outdoor rides, which is what I've used this bike for in the past. So I'm very excited to use this seat in my Zwift cycling today. I'll get to that in a moment. Today, my plan is to do a shorter ride and to focus on simply just checking how long I can go for 300 watts. Again, this is one of my primary goals, is to be able to do an extended 1-hour ride at a consistent, constant 300 watts. That is still a bit of a distant goal, but today I'm going to test to see if the last week or so has resulted in any progress in my being able to maintain that 300 watt power. I think the last time I did this check, again, about a week ago, I only managed 1 minute 45 seconds. So I don't know what I'll get, but I'm going to push it. I'm hoping it'll be well over 2 minutes. And, I've got to maintain a pace so that every week there's enough improvement that by the fall, I can actually maintain it for an hour. Now, the other thing is that I'll provide some information about the first, but not the last race that I have chosen. It's a Grand Fondo in Sarnia, and I think this is its 7th year running or something like that. And the idea is that it's a fairly substantial race, but there's timed segments. So the one I'm going to be in, I think, has 3 timed segments. Those timed segments are what contribute to your score. Everyone's out riding, and between the timed segments, there's rest stops and flexibility about your schedule and your pace and so on and so forth. I expect to join the 50-kilometer version. I have done 50 kilometers before, and there's a 100-kilometer, and I think there might even be a 150 or 175. But I actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna join the 100. That's the thing. Like, I just got to push it. It's 6th of August. That's a long ways away. I can do better than 50. I'm going to do the 100. So there you heard it first. I was being my normal, cautious self, but that's not me anymore. I am a gladiator. So 100 kilometers it is, and that's my training goal for August 6th. I also hope to do more, and my investigation continues into options. And so, September, I'd like to do something as a cap to this. I did see that there's a race in Montreal in September, so maybe that's the one. Anyway, this morning, simple task, do some warm up, and then see how long I can go at 300 watts on the trainer. So, as it turns out, I didn't get to sleep right away when I recorded that video. It was over an hour until I actually got to sleep. And so as a consequence, I'm actually really struggling this morning. I did get up at 5:30. I totally managed it. I stayed up. But oh boy, it's been slow and grueling. So I'm really excited to get back on to the exercise because that always gives me energy. Okay, well, that wasn't great. It was just 2 minutes at 300 watts, and I'm really pooped. I think that has to do with my ongoing deficit of sleep. But anyway, I'm gonna do a cool down and then I'm gonna stop. Okay, playlist time. I realized yesterday that I wasn't holding the camera very well for this, so this is where I started. This song has become a current favorite of mine. I absolutely love the sounds and the rhythms here. Listen to this a bit while doing exercise, then skipped this, although it's a beautiful song. Skipped this, I'm just kind of tired of it. Skipped this because it doesn't have the energy, although I do love it. And then went to this one. This is a kind of oddball song, but I really like it and it has good energy. This is again, really interesting sounds and rhythms, and it was great. And this one, great. And then I think I ended up, no, not here, but this is good also. Oh yeah, no, it was here. This is where I ended up.